It's time for Zendustrial Backyard Renovation Part 2, and I'm going to show you everything in this super exciting project that was my first official project. Come with me and let's check it out. What do you guys think? It's all finished. It's official. I can now wash my hands of this and just do what I've always been dreaming of doing. Just enjoy it. All right, so let me tell you a little bit more about what we have going on back here. As you recall, I said I was gonna make a daybed where you could roll into the spa or roll out of the spa. So there you have it. There it is. Also, we did end up compressing this furniture. So that was a big question. Are we gonna pay extra to make the furniture lower so that it's nice and flush with the spa, so that it's flush with the bench by the fireplace? And we decided to do that. And now you can see that we have all those clean lines. We have a bench that's exactly flush with the cushion here, obviously the fire. It's so warm, it's so nice right now. We've been having super hot days, and then when the sun goes down, it's kind of a shock. So this is really nice. We also have 2 gas heaters installed in the ceiling. So this entire space becomes completely usable, whatever time of the year, whatever time of the day or night. Also recovered these cushions. I was talking about how we were gonna do that. So now the fabric matches exactly the fabric that we have from our restoration hardware furniture that we previously bought. Brought in rugs, brought in light fixtures. We have some sconces on the 4 pillars. This is a cute little touch. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is the, kind of the Japanese Zen garden vibe. So we had all these little lanterns, and we asked an electrician to light this. So we have one here. We have, they're kind of sprinkled throughout the landscape. And I just love that little touch. It's so gorgeous. We also hung this one right here. Bought it on vacation in Oregon, and this woman had already put this cool bulb in it, and I just thought that's perfect. I know exactly where I want to hang that. The warmth of all the lights was something super specific, actually. I actually had to add gels into the sconces because we wanted all the lights to be super warm, so I had to cut little bits of orange gel and stick it back behind here and find the perfect hue. I think we already had a lot of decking that you saw here on the last video, but we might not have had this section here, which is a bridge. This is kind of like a plank bridge going through this meadow, and it's a sort of very Japanese aesthetic to have these raised plank bridges that go through meadows or marshlands. So that's what I was trying to replicate back here, and I have this really cool species of grass, Pennisetum spathulatum, that I love because of these little cattails that it has. And you can kind of walk through here and just feel like you're on a vacation in some meadow. Rooney likes to go in here. She's always walking on Mommy's bridge. And of course we have the bamboo you also have to go through because Mel says we're not allowed to cut any of the bamboo. No one's allowed to touch it, so. We also added another Japanese maple here. It's kind of one of our, key species in this style of yard. So we have this. Yeah, maybe we should check out the grapevines. They've really come in. They had already been kind of making their way across this wire where the lights are hanging, and then I thought, wouldn't that be so cool if there were more wires there and they could create this canopy over the outdoor dining. And so we installed some more, and I had to get up on a ladder and kind of throw the new shoots over those extra wires and encourage them to grow there. But they're finally doing that this year, and the result is that in that dining table, even in the middle of the day, you get a super dappled light that's very comfortable to sit in and enjoy sitting at that table and, having a snack, a glass of wine or whatever. Or, also next to the pool is a great place to hang out, as you can see. Very, very comfortable right there, especially if you have a bone. We really wanted to bring in that Japanese aesthetic, as I said, and one of the species that we really love to accomplish that is this creeping juniper. So we have a few of these all over the place, and I think they really do lend themselves to that style. This kind of has really grown since we planted it. It's starting to creep along the stairs. These are really getting long, so it's fun to see how things grow in. We also have Japanese forest grass, which is really beautiful. It's actually kind of like a miniature bamboo. So you can see there's definitely a similarity between the foliage of this and of the bamboo. And the one thing about this stuff is that it does go dormant in the winter. So when it gets very cold, which is only like a month or so here in California, this will die back and become completely brown, and I'll cut it back. And that's why I double planted it with this asparagus fern, so that when that happens, there's something in this pot that's going to give you interest. A friend of mine moved from a house into an apartment recently, and he was like, do you want all of these potted plants? And I was like, I don't know where I'm going to put them, but yes, I do. And we found places. So you'll see like the little cactuses that are in the terracotta. We planted a little grouping over underneath the lemon tree. And then the entire walkway on the side of the house is completely filled with them. So it's quite nice. It adds a lot of lushness to the property. We had a lot of these red tiles and Japanese mirrors that the original designer had placed in the concrete stepping stones in the property. And so we wanted to kind of bring that in when we created this new concrete pad, so that it all kind of flowed together and looked like one design. So we found these tiles in a box, and we stuck them in there. And so there's one grouping here, there's another grouping on the other side. We even placed one of them right on the end of the bench near the fireplace, just kind of cheeky like. We actually were looking at some indoor plants at this amazing nursery in town recently, and we saw something that we thought would be really great to kind of like jazz this space up. It's our moss wall. So this is custom made by this local shop here, and they just take all of this moss and I guess they just glue it on there, but I don't know why. It's just so pretty. And it was exactly the touch we needed in here, because that was sort of an empty space. It needed some art, but it also needed some green under here. And it's pretty shady back here. It's not really a great place for living plants, so this is perfect. That's not actually alive. It's dried, it's preserved. We also have a coffee bean and tea leaf sign up here. That's an homage to my boyfriend that used to be outside one of the stores, and now it has a special place right here to remind us of the good times. That's kind of it. I can't believe we finally are here, and I'm showing you this finished product. It's been a long time coming. There's definitely been a lot of arguments, a lot of tense moments. You really have to be on it every day and realize that every decision that you make impacts all the different elements of this design. So you really have to think about how that little decision that seems so small in that moment is going to impact things. So I'm really incredibly grateful that I had the opportunity to do this in my own home, and now I'm doing it for clients. And if I hadn't had this experience, I would feel a lot less prepared for that. Well, there you have it, guys. It's a Zendustrial backyard renovation, and it's finally done. So thanks for checking it out with me. I hope that you liked it. If you did, then like and subscribe. It really means the world to me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.